Now let's add some more pages as in after going to the CRM homepage, like clicking on the CRM section after navigating to CRM, we see a number of other options as in validating things on homes, then clicking on this and going to account, then going to contacts, right? And going to leads and adding a new lead, creating a new lead, right? So all these things that you see on a different interface, we will be creating one separate page for all these interfaces, right? So let's say this we can call the entire page, let's say we by default, we when we click on CRM, we landed to the home page, right? So we can name it as a CRM home page, right? And we can go to a number of sections inside the CRM home page. So what we can do for pages, we're gonna add like I can add all the pages in this as well. But let's say if we have hundreds of pages and in one single project, then it will be very difficult to manage everything inside the same package. So we can create packages, like we can create different packages based on the common functionalities, or based on, let's say, whatever that we are searching in the CRM side, everything will come inside the CRM package, and whatever that we are searching in the chatting option and the other option, those things will gonna come in those interfaces, right? Like we have three options. One is, I think, the chat, then we have CRM, and then we have sales. So right now we are checking the functionality of CRM, and CRM contains all these interfaces. So I can go over here and I can say com.w2a.pages.crm. So I'm going to create a package specifically for CRM. I'm not going to add it over here. I'm going to add it. That would just give me a moment. So over here, com.w2a.pages.crm. So there will be a separate folder created for CRM. It's actually added here, but I'm not sure why it's showing up over there as well. Let me refresh it. Yeah. Right, and the functionality, let's say I want to validate things on the home page. So I'm gonna create a new class over here, say CRM home page, and click on finish. So what all things we can do on home page? So if we go to the home page, we can verify whether we are on the home page or not. For that, we can let's see what all things are there. We can verify the existence of this add sample data button, right? So we can say public void uh, verify add sample data, right? Button, it should be button. And what all things are there on the home page? So only just one single option. This whole thing is top navigation. We're gonna handle it later on, right? So let's see anything other clickable over here. We can verify the text. Public void verify text for CRM home, right? So these are the things that we can do it on homepage. And after homepage, let's see what all we have. We have a whole different section for accounts, and within the accounts as well, we have an option for creating accounts. We have an option for importing accounts, right? So this is a whole different interface. So if you want, you can add the account page within the page's CRM, or you can create if there are so many functionalities within CRM as well, so we can create a different package over here. That is com.w2a.pages.crm.accounts. So specifically for accounts, we can create a package over here like this. Just a moment, it should be created over here. Yeah, right. And within accounts, what I can do, I can create pages which are related to account, right? So pages for account will be, uh, let's say, account page itself. It itself is a page, right, where we can say account page. So I can go over here and I can create a class called as accounts page, right? And then there's one called as create account. So this is another page. So there's one class for create account, create account page. Then we have one page for import accounts. So this is like imports account page. Right, so this is how we will be creating so many pages, and whatever functionality that each page contains will gonna come in a form of functions inside these pages. Right, let's say if I talk about the main accounts page. So account page contains a functionality for public void go to create accounts, and another functionality for public void go to, should be go to, let's say, import accounts like this, right? Similarly, if I go to create account page, so there'll be functionality that says, so this is like create account. No, this is greatly. Just give me a moment. If I go to accounts and I go to create account, so there's a like whole big functionality for creating an account. So I can even create a method public void create account, and then we're gonna pass all these things from the parameters over here, and all these things will be reading from the Excel sheet. So it's a huge big functionality, right? So we'll be integrating the data providers, everything that we have seen in TestNG. We're going to integrate all these things over here, right? And when we have more set of columns, like in the previous data-driven framework we have seen, we have used hash tables. So we'll be implementing the same concept over here, so that like let's say if we have all these data that we need to read it from the Excel sheet, so there will be so much of data, right? So we need to create all the columns with account name, account size, parent account, account number in the Excel sheet. So if we don't use hash tables, we need to give all the column as an argument over here. So we'll be implementing the hash table concepts the same way as we have seen in the previous data-driven framework, right? So that it will gonna make our task very simple and will make it more dynamic, right? So after this, if you take a look at this, the top navigation thing, like in order to go to, let's say we are on home page, and in order to go to accounts, I need to click on this. Or in order to go to leads, I need to click on this, or contacts. So in order to go to these sections, we need to click on accounts. Now from accounts, if you see, I can see the same menu over here. I can go to home from accounts as well. If I'm on leads, I can go to home from leads as well. So this top navigation is common everywhere, right? The top menu that we see over here is common everywhere in all the pages. So instead of implementing them in every page, we can create some common classes. A class could be something like, I'll go over here and say a class with the name as top menu, right? And inside this, what all things I can do, I can implement all these functionalities like public void go to home, right? Then after this, I'll just copy it for a couple of times. Control Shift F will align them. Then go to feeds. Then go to leads. Go to accounts. Go to contacts. Right, and accordingly you can add all these things, right? Similarly, I can click over here and I can sign out. So one more, I'll gonna implement public void sign out. So I can sign out from any interface, right? So this top menu, what we're gonna do is, let's say I want to go to accounts. I'll be writing driver dot. But before that, what I need to do is, if I talk about this top menu, then like we discussed about other pages, top menu is a page, right? So is top menu a page? No, this is not a page. Or we can say that home page has a top menu, right? Or accounts page has a top menu. So every page, it has a top menu, right? So wherever we have had a relationship, then encapsulation takes place, right? Encapsulation as in, with ISA we have already implemented inheritance, where we have extended all the page, we have created a common page, a parent page class, and we have extended it in all the pages. Now if we talk about encapsulation, it means that this top navigation, the top menu class that we have actually created, will be encapsulated in all the pages, in all the pages class where we have these common functionality access. So I can go inside my accounts page and I can create an object of top menu equal to new top menu, like this, equal to new top menu. And then I need to go to all pages and I need to implement the same thing over here as well. So instead of implementing it in all classes like this, I can directly implement it inside the parent class. So I can say public static, and I'm going to create the object once I am inside this driver, once the driver is initialized. So I can say menu equal to new top menu. And what all classes that we have created so far, let's see why it's giving an error. It's in the same package. Whatever classes that we have created so far, all the classes should gonna extend the common page class, right, like this. So what will happen is, let's say if I am on to accounts page, and if I, after going to create account, I want to log out, I can simply say top menu dot logout. So top menu, it should be menu dot logout, menu dot logout, or go to leads, whatever that we have created, we have actually created sign out, right? So menu dot sign out. So this is how we're gonna exit it. Or let's say if we are inside our test, let's say where we were creating the test, we were creating test over here, and after going to CRM I want to log out. Then in top menu you're gonna see that there's top menu inside the page class. I've created it as static. So static means I can directly access this menu reference by saying let's say I want to access it in my test over here. So I can say page dot menu dot sign out like this, or I can say page dot menu dot go to accounts, and it will gonna take me to accounts. So if I go to accounts and if I'm gonna implement the account part over here, so account will be like I need to click on this, so I'm gonna take CSS for this element. This is tab accounts. So I'll say driver dot find element. Let's see. Okay, now in top menu, how will we gonna get driver? So I cannot extend page over here. I cannot say extend page. This should be wrong because top menu is a page. It's not correct, right? Every page has a top menu. So top menu is already encapsulated inside the page class. So we cannot extend page over here. There are a number of approaches we can use. I need this driver reference. This is already initialized, right? So instead of extending page, I can also say page dot driver, right? This is also static. So even I can say over here, I can go to this top menu and I'll say page dot driver dot final, and I'm gonna get the same reference. If in case you don't want to use this page, then what you can do is sorry, create driver reference over here, and then create a constructor of top menu. So what constructor will gonna do is as soon as an object of top menu is created, so it will gonna accept the driver reference from here itself. So by doing like this, what will happen, we are creating an object of top menu over here, and then we're gonna pass the same driver reference to this top menu. So once it gets the driver reference, the same driver reference will now be given to the global driver by using this dot driver equal to driver. Now you can go over here and directly, instead of using page dot driver, you can simply say driver dot find element by dot css and give the css of accounts tab and say dot click. So now if I go back to the test where we are saying page dot menu dot go to accounts, and if I run this now, let's see if it will gonna go to the accounts or not. It will perform sign in first, and now you can see the chat option is that it's been renamed to click, CLIQ, right? And now let's see if it goes to accounts. And yes, it worked. It worked successfully. We are on the accounts page itself, right? So on accounts, we got this notification. We need to configure our browser so that it should not show any notification. If you want, you can remove these yellow bars and these notifications, right? Like the way we did it in previous data driven, we can use the same configuration over here as well. Let's see if we have already seen these things. For the Chrome browser, we may have used something that says, okay, Chrome, we have not used it in the data-driven basic framework. Then let's see, the great one. the base class. Just give me a moment. No, we have not used it either over here as well. That's fine. I'm gonna take it from one of my project. So what that we need to add is when we are configuring Chrome browsers, there's something called as Chrome options class. So Chrome options, just give me a moment. Something, yeah, something like this. So just copy this and I'll paste it over here. Let me close these. And wherever we are initiating the browser, so I can use this over here. Import it. Basically, we are putting things into the hash map. These are the things that it should disable, should not ask for credential, the password manager should not be enabled, any notification should not be enabled, right? And disable the info bars. You remember the yellow info bar that shows up over here, right? And any extension should not be displayed, right? So all these things we're going to pass it using the options over here inside your Chrome driver constructor. So if you call the by default constructor, it loads the by default browser, but if you need any configuration to be loaded along with the browser, then you need to pass it in the argumented constructor like this, right? So if I use this and if I run this thing again, you're gonna notice that this time even the info bar, the yellow bar will not gonna show up when a browser is launched, and even when it clicks on to the accounts, then that notification will not gonna show up. So it's signed in, gone to CRM, and now it should go to accounts. And see that notification does not shows up, right? The one that we have seen previously like this. So now it's not showing up, right? Because if this notification shows up, the things get blocks over here, will not be able to click. I mean, we are able to click it manually, but your Selenium script will not gonna click it, right? So you need to make sure these notifications you can disable it using the Chrome options code, right?